So Mary Kay Cabot recently reported that Myles Garrett and Baker Mayfield's relationship was slightly complicated. But I got a couple of questions about this. Let's talk about it today on the One Carolina Show. So Myles Garrett has a slightly complicated relationship with Baker Mayfield. That's sort of understandable. But I just have a couple of questions. But first, let's read a little bit from the article. I read the text, but there were some disagreements we had at a base level, and I'm not mad at the guy or anything or feeling any way towards it, but I just didn't know how to reply, so I didn't. Garrett told Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com. But I still think he's a heck of a competitor, and he's a great guy to have on your side, and I'm rooting for him. I think he has a great family, but he's the opposition now, and at the end of the day, I've got to take him out. Let's read on a little bit further. Mayfield ripped Garrett in a post-game interview on national television following Garrett's helmet incident with Mason Rudolph in 2019 that led to a 6-game suspension for Garrett. Mayfield upset Garrett again last season with the role he played in the departure of Garrett's close friend, Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I've detailed how Odell Beckham Jr. affected the Browns offense in another video. If you want to watch that, you can go back and watch it on another channel. But the problem I have with that is this: slightly complicated issues that you have with Baker Mayfield. Let me ask a few questions. Was it slightly complicated when you were on a team as a rookie that won 0 games? Was it slightly complicated? The reason that Baker Mayfield called you out publicly immediately after the incident was because he didn't want to see a team that would revert back to the old ways. I don't know, 1 win in 32 games. I don't think it's really complicated there. I think there was a setting of leadership and a standard that was trying to be set by Baker Mayfield. Now, Garrett Bush points out something that I do agree with here as far as how that was handled by Mayfield with the press. Check it out.
The Browns fans be having fake outrage against themselves because we want to be validated, because we want to be in the club. Right. Sheldon Richardson and another group of veterans pull him aside before he can even get in there and say, look.
What they say?
When your brother or something go down in the street, you get your brother's back.
Get behind
him. And then you worry about what you was fighting for.
Get you behind me.
If something go down,
it was like minutes after it happened.
If something go down and either one of y'all is out there getting jumped, I ain't about to stay out there and let you get jumped. I'm gonna be in it, and then I'll ask you later. Even if I don't agree.
I don't necessarily disagree with Garrett Bush's commentary right there, but I will say this: like I said, when you're trying to set a standard for excellence, these are things. Self-control is something that you have to have. Like, you can't do that. Like, it doesn't matter. And look, I get it. I get the whole thing about going out and fighting with your brother and everything like that. That's cool. I understand that, because I would probably do the same thing in the case of my brother. But I would also seek to understand, as long as it's not that bad of an incident first, right? So self-control, self-discipline is something that the Browns had needed for a long time, to say the least. And the Panthers too, not for nothing. But the point I'm making is this: I don't like when narratives are created about guys like this, because once a narrative like this is created and it keeps going, it's extremely hard to shake it. And so I got to tell you, I know people like to call me Baker fanboy, as other, Baker fans or whatever like that. I'm just rooting for the quarterback of my team, more or less. But I tell you, I'm starting to get to a point where I don't want to see anybody more successful than this guy. I don't think I've ever felt like I wanted to see someone more successful than this guy, because of the kind of hate that he gets thrown his way that, to me, seems a little bit out of touch. And the reason I say that is because the whole reason that you guys were in position to be able to even have a Deshaun Watson come to your team is because of the groundwork that Baker Mayfield laid ahead of time. So to me, I think you should just say thank you. But that's just me. See you Sunday. Keep pounding.